All right. Hello once again, everybody. This is Bob Turner. This is the Summit Podcast. I've got a great guest with me today. His name is Dean Swanson. I've known Dean for several years now through contracting groups and coaching groups and whatnot, and always running into him at different events and conferences and enjoy chatting with Dean. So when I reached out to people to say, hey, I'd like to have you on my podcast, Dean was on my list, reached out, and we're finally able to make it happen. So, Dean, welcome to the Summit Podcast.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Yeah, appreciate you
Glad to
being
be
here. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, for those that are watching, and a lot of people that will watch this will probably know you, but for those that don't, let's rewind it a little bit and tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're at, how you got there, and all that jazz.
Well, I guess I'm married. I have a few kids. Started a business about 6 years ago. Started out with general contracting. Went through that. Had some pretty fast growth year over year. Then I separated the business to two separate businesses. So I have an electrical company and a general contracting company now. Definitely faced a bunch of challenges through the growing thing, but it's been pretty good altogether. My business is in Nevada, mostly up in the Lake Tahoe area, but my primary residence is in Whitefish, Montana. So I kind of travel back and forth to do things.
That's cool. You put some miles on in the course of a year, don't you?
Yeah. I get my medallion, my flight status.
Sure. What do you find the most challenging about is there a lot of times when you're like, damn, I should be over there and I'm stuck here? And what are the challenges with having two different businesses and two different areas?
I don't know. I guess some of the challenges is if there is a problem, you're 1,000 miles away. So, to have to get there. But to be honest with you, with good planning, that doesn't happen too often. There are certain situations that I've run into a couple of times, but for the most part, I found it fairly easy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. When you think back to the time when you really kind of thought about starting business, is this what you thought it would look like? Or did you have a different picture in mind?
No, honestly, I was just I worked in the field for 20 years with people, and I kind of hit a stall point, and I realized that if I wanted to grow, I was going to have to kind of do it on my own. But originally, I was just planning on being myself and doing work for myself, and it kind of just grew from there.
Yeah. It's funny when you're in that phase where you're in the field, you're kind of figuring things out. You're grinding through it, right? Like, was there a shift for you when it was like, okay, I've got to, in order to get to where I want to go, I have to do something different? Or did it just does it just happen organically?
Well, I guess really what happened is one day I decided I was going to get my general contracting license. The guy I was working for, when I told him that, asked me to partner with him, and I was going to do that. And we kind of went forward with starting to form a partnership. But then I was talking to my mom one night, and she told me, "Hell no, you need to go and do your own thing." And I listened.
Good.
So I kind of decided that the problem with partnering, especially with partnering with somebody established, is I really didn't see any changes or differences from how it was, other than me now being liable for a company that I still don't really have full control over.
Right. Yeah. So that must have been an interesting pivot, especially, if you'd gone down the road a little bit with him and then said, well, hang on here, pump the brakes. I'm going to do something different.
Yeah. No, and I didn't want to do that. And plus, I've always wanted to do my own things. I guess it took me a long time to get there just because I had kids and I was kind of fearful of not. I felt more secure working for other people, but I guess one day you'll realize that it's kind of a false sense of security.
Yeah, no, for sure. I do my my morning live video at 8 every day. I call it #live365, right? And one of the things that I've been talking about for the last 6 or 7 days is been theming my talks as the middle of the mountain, right? And if you ever done anything in any kind of hike or anything, it's kind of that time where like the vision has started to get challenged, right? And the goal's the same, right? But in creeps the doubt and in creeps the, oh, man, I don't know. It might be easier to not do this. Do you have those times when you're like, man, I don't know, what am I doing here? Do you have some doubts at times, Dean?
Definitely, especially over the last year, I guess. Things went really good for the first 5 years, and then we ran into some problems and had to do some restructuring of business
Mhm.
and kind of the way that we do things. And at times it feels heavy.
Yeah.
But I guess, if life isn't challenging you, you're not really pushing.
Right.
And you know, failures and mistakes, I don't know, I guess I'm seeing them more as learning
Hmm.
experiences and opportunities to change and grow. So, over the last year, I actually cut my company size in half intentionally.
Hmm.
um, I grew up to about 30 guys, and it was just got really hard to manage, and
Yeah.
mistakes started happening. And, so we kind of decided to pull back to a smaller crew, keeping only our A players, and restructure and go. And so right now we're in the middle of the restructuring thing. We're down to our solid crew, and we have enough work to kind of keep us going for a while.
That's cool. That takes courage to do that too, right? To just kind of say, "Hey, we're gonna take a step back to take two forward," right? What do you know now, or what do you believe now that you didn't 5, 6 years ago? That might be something that you're going based on now that you didn't before.
I think the biggest thing I would have changed is probably more planning prior to,
Hmm.
within the growth. I'm kind of just a go for it guy. You
Yeah.
just come up with an idea, and you run with it. And that's good until things get too hectic and you can't
Yeah.
keep up with it. I think having proper systems in place for oversight and making sure your customer experience stays good. And I would have taken more time to do that prior to the growth.
Yeah. That figure out your parachute on the way down thing works until it doesn't, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have some like now you're 6 years or so in? Do you have some non-negotiables like with regard to your approach to business? Like this, we don't do this, or we have to do this. Do you have some steadfast rules?
Yeah, really the biggest thing is document everything.
Yeah.
If the customer wants something changed, document it, not once,
Hmm.
not twice, but maybe 3 times. I think the biggest non-negotiable is just making sure the customer is informed. A tricky thing with Tahoe is Asian. Um,
Are you trying to grow right now?
no, I actually, it's funny because I went through all my profit and loss statements over the last 6 years, and I realized that when I was running with 12 to 15 guys, life was a lot easier, and I made almost the same amount of money,
Yeah.
and I had happier customers. So really, do I want to grow? Yes. But this year and the next 2 years is really about fine-tuning the craft, making sure that the systems we put in place are working, making sure that the customer experience is really good, and that when we grow, I really have defined paths for the people that I hire, and how we're going to grow. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of where it's at, I guess. And then on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, as I get older, I want to spend more time with the wife and the kids, and
Yeah.
growth takes time, a lot of it.
Yeah. No, it does. I mean, and you've done some of it, and you've kind of gone up, kind of touched the top of the mountain, come back down a little bit, say, okay, let's regroup a little bit and take another run at it. Knowing what you know now, and knowing that, hey, most small businesses, like 94% or something, like don't make it past 10 years, what would you say separates those that do from those that don't?
I think some of it might have to do with luck. Some of it
Hmm.
has to do with structure and just keeping up on top of it. And
Yeah.
I think fear gets it. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't. I know I've had times where I'm like, I don't even know if this is worth it. I can go and I'm still strong enough to go work out in the field and make a decent living,
Sure.
and so it's being able to overcome the fear, I
Yeah.
guess, and hopefully you don't have any financial problems on the way that kind of take you out.
Yeah. Just like the value of having been in the business a while, like just sticking around, right? Have some staying power. Well, that's business stuff. I mean, let's talk about Dean a little bit. Like, where are you? And I see you in the groups. I see you working on yourself. Like, where are you where do you feel like you're needing to level up?
I guess just clarity of vision and really toning in on my why, just trying to figure out what it is I'm really trying to achieve in life. At one
Yeah.
time, it was to grow the biggest company I could, but on the other hand, sustainability and security in life is good, and free time is
Mm.
good. So I don't know. Sorry there, Bob. I lost track when somebody came into the office here.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So we talk, I talked about this a little bit in my book, but I talk about it a lot of my lives as like legacy, and, you know, sometimes people are building a business. Sometimes they're, that maybe they want to sell it or it's just a means to an end. It just creates money. Like, how do you view yours? And like, are you trying to create something to sell? Are you trying to create something that maybe someone in the family can jump into later? Or is this just, a means to an end?
No, actually, what I've done with both of the businesses is I've taken on minority partners. So I have people that
Okay.
work for me that currently get a percentage of net profits of the business. Overall plan is to just kind of grow with them. Hopefully, at some point, I can kind of pass the reins over to them, but still
Yeah.
maintain some ownership in the companies and get some residual income from that. That's
There you go.
kind of been the plan from the beginning, I guess.
I like it. I'm just kind of firing some questions at you here, but it's kind of fun actually. We didn't
Yeah.
prep them for this, guy. So, what stresses you out the most?
Unhappy customers and uncertainty.
Mm, yeah, yeah. That's what got me the most too when I was doing the GC stuff. Is the unhappy customer, the person that that you feel like for all your efforts, and maybe someone else fell short, right? A sub or a vendor or something like that, but you're the guy that has to apologize, right? And that
Yeah.
wore thin on me. So that in mind, what does winning look like for you today? I mean, you've taken a step back. You kind of just said, okay, let's catch our breath, decide how we're going to go forward. So I guess I would expand that question to say, hey, we're at the end of 2026. How do you know it was a success?
If we can get through the year and keep all of our customers happy throughout the year and really provide the quality that I'm trying to give people, I think that would be successful. You
Yeah.
know, like I said, this is my year of rebuild and growth
Yep.
and new, creating new systems. So
Yeah.
if what we've created works, that would be a success.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I think that oftentimes when I speak or when I coach or whatever, I try to come in. I think you've been around when I've done a talk or something. I always start and I say, I'm Bailey's dad. That's kind of how I start
Uh-huh.
out, right? And I know you're a dad too. So, there are times in the business where you're just like, hey, this is what I signed up for, or like, what drives you? That drives me because I'm like, that's what I signed up for. I want to make my daughter proud, and I want her to say, hey, my dad's doing this and this and this. Like, do you have something like that that drives you? Maybe it is your family, but if it isn't, what drives you?
Really, it's the family. It's
Yeah,
building something that makes sure that my family's stable. If something was ever to happen to me, we have a future and some sort of retirement.
yeah,
And I mean, really, that's it.
yeah,
Just being able to get out and enjoy life a little bit.
yeah. Um, okay, I got a couple rapid fire questions for you. Morning routine or no routine?
Yeah, I have a morning routine. Get up and watch Bob Turner first thing. Make sure that
Good.
that's good. Uh,
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
then then I normally what I started this year, which has actually been extremely beneficial for me, is I do a gratitude journal and I hit 5 key points every single day. What am I grateful for myself? What am I grateful for in my family? What am
Mm,
I grateful for in business? What am I grateful for today? What am I grateful for in the future?
love
And
it.
then I also put in three people I forgive every single
Oh,
day.
there you go. I haven't heard that one before. That's great. Yeah. So
Um,
if you've been in business a while, you've probably got a pretty good list of people that need to be forgiven. Take me a while to go down through that, right? That's good.
well, my first one is myself,
Yeah.
is forgiving myself
Mhm.
for anything that I might have done.
Yeah.
So,
No, I like it.
but yeah, honestly, it's made a huge change. It's really helped me work some things out in my head. And by doing it in the morning, I found that even when I do run into problems during the day, I don't let them get in my head. I don't let
Yeah,
it consume me anymore.
that's good. Biggest pet peeve in the business.
All the paperwork. It's just,
Yeah.
I started a business to build some stuff, and then I realized that it's more office work than actually building. Sometimes it
Mm,
feels like.
yeah. How about one book everyone should read?
I really like How to Sell Your Way Through Life by Napoleon Hill.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Best investment you've ever made.
Ooh, myself,
There you go. Yeah. Same.
you know.
Yep. How about something people would be surprised to know about you?
I don't know. I don't think I'm got very, very interesting stuff, other than being a military kid and living in 16 or 17 different states.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, that's
I've been
cool.
around a little bit.
Well, you've seen my morning stuff, and you know that I talk a lot about finding your edge, right?
Mhm.
And I define it as like your edge is, how you show up when where others don't, right? Or how others don't, in a way that's unique to you, like what you bring to the table that others don't, or where you go internally when the shit hits the fan, so to speak. So I always like to ask people, what's your edge?
I guess my edge is I don't really quit. I dream
Mm,
big, and I'm willing to take risk. I'm also willing to accept the downfalls of that risk when it doesn't go the way that I want it to go. And I keep getting up, scuff
yeah,
knees, and moving forward.
that's good. I like that. Scuffed knees and moving forward. What are you working on that nobody sees?
I'm working on myself. Really, just I think I spend a good amount of time. I spend half my time working on the business, and then just my own personal growth.
I like that. I mean, I think sometimes in business too, sometimes it's out of necessity, but we try to do everything ourselves, right? And it sounds like, you started with the tools in your hand, like me. Like, when did you realize that to get to where you wanted to go, you weren't going to be able to do it alone?
I guess I started reading books.
Mm,
You got
yeah. Yep.
Buy Back Your Time. That was a good one. And I think the biggest realization was the first person I hired was an office administrator,
Yeah.
and I realized I could make twice as much as it cost me to have her, and I didn't have, and it saved me 4 hours every single night.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect.
and really, I didn't know how to do what she knew how to do anyway.
Right.
And once I saw that, it was just I guess it was on. I kept hiring as we grew. I just kept
Mm,
hiring more and more people and putting more and more people in place. And then I don't know, just it's it spiraled from there. Like I really honestly don't know how I went from 1 to 30. I think
yeah.
I just kind of did it out of necessity, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Looking back, I mean, it's been at it 6 years. What would you tell Dean 6 years ago?
Start 6 years prior, because I'd have been a lot further ahead by now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
don't 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 live life in fear.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Well, dude, it's been cool to have you on. I know we've been trying to do it here for a little bit. I appreciate you taking the time. I always like to ask people one more question going out the door. I like to just kind of figuratively hand them the mic and say, it's all yours. The floor is yours. Simply, what do you want people to know?
I guess I would say don't give up. Failing is okay. It's all part of growth. And you never know how close you are to the finish line. And if you quit, you'll never ever reach it.
I love it. I love it. Dean, thank you. Hey, is there anything I've forgotten to ask you? Anything we should have talked about that we haven't?
No, I think you pretty much covered it all.
Kit, you did. I gave you some rapid fire stuff. You did well, man. Guys, we don't rehearse this. I just say, hey, we're gonna have a conversation, and they go, oh. But I always enjoy talking with you, talking business, talking life. You're one of the folks that I post the daily stuff either on the summit or my page. You always come with a great rebuttal or response or question of your own, and don't underestimate how much you add to the communities. Okay, buddy?
Yep. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate how you roll. I know you've had ups. I know you've had downs, just like everybody else. And I know, just like you said, you don't quit. So don't
Yep.
quit. Keep on trucking. You're doing good things, and keep showing up in the communities and the coaching groups. And keep working on you. And it's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
All right, guys. Hey, this has been the Summit Podcast with Dean Swanson. Dean, I appreciate it. We'll get this out in the next few days. and maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Sounds good, Bob. Thanks.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Take care.